Well, no, but I think because you're on a high and you're thrilled that you got through, so you don't look at the negative, or I don't. So yes, I might feel more tired than I normally would going into a third round, but that's okay because my preparation hasn't been good at all here. So I knew I was going to maybe struggle early on, and maybe I struggled more than I would have liked to. But I'm still in the draw, which gives me a chance, and I still believe I'm going to pick up my game and become just more consistent because I'm not playing all that bad. It's just that I'm going a bit up and down in waves throughout the match, and so clearly I'm happy how I felt after the first round because that was the scary bit. But that's past now. Now I can just look forward to play tennis. With a bit of fatigue, that's okay. I've done that hundreds of times, so that's not something that I'm too concerned about. But sure, perfect would be right now to be in the third round, one set up. That's how it would have been in Wimbledon. But I'm stuck in the second round, which is totally fine too. Yeah, I mean, I think it's in a way it's pretty simple to analyze. That just because of my preparation, not have been there, not been able to hit any returns almost to serve, not going full in practice. You just have a bit, you're lacking rhythm or whatever it may be. And then when the match comes around, you're more susceptible to being a bit up and down. And if you get broken once or twice a set, it's hard to win those sets consistently. That's what I was doing so well through Wimbledon or through other tournaments where I just protect my serve at will and always in a nice way, and the margins are so small. Even if I'm winning in straight, margins are still small. So when you're not feeling your best, right away you get broken or you lose sets, and then it becomes a completely different match, and the way it's also played by your opponent. And I think really Michael also was able to pick it up today. He was playing very well at one stage, and then you have to break the code again. So I'm happy I found that way, and I won through fitness as well, which is clearly always a good feeling to have. Well, I'm not sure if it's going to be wide open, just because we don't know how a lot of those top guys are going to come back. All the guys who are not playing here this week, how are they going to come back at the beginning of next year? I think it might look like it's open, but it might not be the case just because they might be super refreshed and ready to go, and a lot of training in them and all these things. So what I think is going to be interesting is that their ranking is going to be all over the place. So we're going to see some interesting draws, to say the least. We had a little bit with me and Rafa down in Australia, but now we're talking probably about a bigger group. That's going to go down maybe all the way to Murray as well, depending on if he's going to be playing at all, for the rest of the season. So he's got a lot of points to defend, and if that's the case, he might drop, further down outside of the top four, and things that then are going to look real weird. So I think it's going to be very interesting. Changing of the guard is going to come at some stage. Could be very well be next year, but I still predict that it's maybe going to take a few more. Look, sometimes it's just look for me. Probably it helps me to have been there so much, and like today again, fifth set. I back myself to find a way in the fifth. I've been there. I don't panic. I see. I think the point for point mentality helps me a lot. Not thinking too far ahead. I remember when I lost in at the French Open in the first round against Horner. I lost the first set, and I was looking at the match like it was a mountain to climb. And if I did that, I had still six matches to win the tournament. I don't know what I was looking at, but I was looking at the completely wrong thing rather than just thinking, let's just hit the next forehand for a winner. So I think when your mind starts to wander like this, it's really hard to play, and best of five can do that to you sometimes. So I think by having that very simple mindset, it keeps it very simple, keeps me grounded, humble as well. But a point's just a point. If you win it or you lose it, and you keep on moving along. So I think that maybe is a bit the experience that maybe the other guys just don't quite have yet. But these matches that maybe they've lost, like you said, Zverev or Dimitrov, they're going to learn a ton from them, and these things will maybe never happen to them again. So I hope they do see the positives in this.